Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Today we're going to do a twin flame reading. Now, I've already tried to record this once. I don't know what's going on, but I've decided that chaos is the theme for today. Even this reading, I normally don't put my spread like this, but we are going to lean into the mystery and lean into the chaos. Okay, let's drop in. So, masculines on the left, feminines on the right, and union energies down the center. So masculines are dealing with currently this time of transition. They have regeneration and to the sea in reverse and all these other cards. Let's just feel into this for a moment. Yeah, masculines may be in this sort of calm before the storm. That to the sea card, when you head to the sea, you're kind of surrendering to what will be. There's something about entering into the vortex, entering into the mystery, really owning the surrender instead of being forced to surrender. There's a conscious choice here that the masculines are making to enter into this, grounding period before this kind of real 3D movement starts to actually generate in their lives. Okay, I haven't even looked at all these other cards, so let's just take a moment. Spiritual activation, stimulation, abundance, preparation, harvest. Yeah, it's exactly, I didn't even look at that yet. And yes, it's in a total alignment that, there's a preparation, if a storm's coming and mind you, let's be a little light with the concept of a storm, right? I use that as an analogy, but really a storm could be a really productive time in your life. It could be a really creative time in your life. So there's something about preparing to get their ducks in a row. It's a really wonderful thing, masculines. We have here taking action, fruition, and intellect. Dragonfly, transformation, magic, illusion, creation, compassion, love, cultivation, conception. That's the union energies. That's the problem with chaos. Sometimes it's difficult to discern what's what. Okay. For everyone, just so we know what the lens we're looking through, in the unconscious position, we have this root chakra card. We have passion and survival. So passion and survival, maybe these things are being put on the back burner. And by back burner, I mean being pushed into the shadow. Now, the unconscious shadow position could be something that's eluding you, something that's outside of your consciousness, or it could be something that you are not ready to confront, right? So masculines, this is a really sacred time because to be where you are, to be able to ground and prepare for this upcoming harvest, it would mean that you would have already had to get to a place where you have cleaned up your karma, cleaned up loose ends, maybe closed certain relationships that no longer serve the highest and best possible good. Masculines have notoriously been called out many times in the last few months for having relationships that were maybe a little shallow, maybe they were a little instant gratification, here and there. But masculines, you are maturing. You're coming to this place where you realize that if you want to truly step into your sovereignty, you're going to have to wield your discernment and be really micro present with where you're investing your energetic currency. This, in those moments of supreme precious discernment, that's where transformation happens. That's where the magic happens, because when you are clear enough, when you could hear your intuition loud enough, that's when you can put an authentic order into the universe and actually reap all these sacred seeds that you've been sowing. Do you know, this whole reading, I've been very much drawn to this kitchen card. It's the creation card. I think masculines, I think you've had a hard time remembering what home frequency is. And by remember, it could be a soul remembrance. Some people never have that reference point in this lifetime for a really safe, nourishing, and nurturing home environment. So masculines, there's something deeply waking in your soul, this the possibility and potentials and opportunities that that await you on the other side of this core, deeply loving, compassionate soul warmth. I'm picturing a hearth, the hearth of a fireplace, and how just warm and inviting fireplaces are, and just, the coziness. I think I'm going to leave that message there. I'm just going to move this here so I remember this is our unconscious. Okay, feminines, let's drop in. Where are we going here? Feminines have fork in the road and by the book. Okay, really, really sacred message here, feminines. What's coming through is that you now understand the rules. You now understand the order of operations that you have to take to come to remain in this divine alignment, to no longer cross your boundaries, to no longer abandon yourself or your truth or your desires. It's like the message I'm getting is you have the handbook now. So you can actually, it's like a handbook or a roadmap. You understand that if you take this action that's out of alignment, you understand where that will take you and where you'll end up. This is a really powerful time for you, feminines, because you know which way to go. This fork in the road, you don't have to worry about it because you have access to your intuition and wise discernment. You don't have to rely on other people. You don't have to reach outside of yourself for that security, for that guidance. All you have your own deep inner navigational system that is up and operating in a beautiful, beautiful way. Okay. Snakes are notorious for wisdom and transformation. They're an alchemical symbol. We have rebirth, release, and integration. So yeah, you've heard me a lot on this channel talk about this series of transformation, or this process of transformation. So we have the stimulus, we have the integration of that experience, and then maybe way down here we have embodiment. And embodiment means to me when you actually can show up in the world living this new way, being a new version of self, and it's very little effort, right? It's the Wu Wei path. So stimulus, integration period. So from when you get exposed to something to, integration is not a destination, it's a process, right? It's, maybe you go on a retreat or you get a degree or you're exposed to a new body of thought or something. You go back to your life and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm the same person I was, but now I've been exposed to this new information or this new experience or new desires or something woke up something in me. So now I have to do something about it, right? And a lot of that integration is actually, I think there's something to fix, right? Integration period is full of many awakenings. You could have an experience or go to a workshop or a class or even have a relationship, or it could be really any experience, or go see a band or have see beautiful artwork. You can be inspired by anything in the world around you. When you go home, it's not like you go home and, 2 hours later, you've extracted and learned everything you could learn from those experiences. No, basically the way I describe integration is anytime you bump up against something new or something stimulating in the world around you, it's as if the world has given you more paints to paint with. It's like you're a painter and maybe we're born and we only have 10 colors. You bump up, you live, you have relationships and friendships, and you have jobs, and you do all these different things in life. And every time you have another experience, you get more paints, right? You have more colors in your toolbox. So after this new integration process, once you have those paints in your toolbox, they will always be with you. So maybe 20 years down the line, you're like, oh my God, I remember when I was 19 and I had this experience and it meant this to me. And now it's integrating as you turn 60 next year or something. Once you get those new tools, you will have them for the rest of your life. So why am I talking about this? Oh, integration. Feminines, you are in this sacred place of releasing what no longer serves you. And I know that's a very overused phrase, but it's true. Here, let me say it like this. You're just releasing dissonance. You know when someone's playing a beautiful melody and they hit the wrong note? And everyone's like, oh, ears, like, my ears. That's so, you can feel how abrasive that is to the nervous system, right? The whole body responds when someone hits the wrong note. Feminines, you are becoming masterful at understanding what is the correct note and what is the incorrect note. You are releasing all of the wrong notes. Yes, this all makes sense. Okay, moving on. We have the sun, illumination, growth, and God energy. Yeah, feminines. I mean, come on. This is absolutely, it's time to party. You know, you are stepping into raising your bar to God. There's nothing, you can't possibly raise it any higher. You are not settling for anything other than alignment, unconditional love, authenticity, full transparency, full vulnerability, because you know the truth that in the God energy, in Christ consciousness, in oneness, none of all this stuff matters. You don't have to, there's nothing to fear when you're drenched in oneness. Yeah, I'm just putting, let me just put these together. Why can't I pick this up? There we go. All right, feminines. I mean, come on. We have this orange ball of fire. Your whole entire life is being illuminated. We have this mirror, truth revealed. You know, you're able to look at the mirror, look at the world around you as a mirror, and what you're seeing in that reflection, you're seeing clearly. There's no distortion. There's no longer any distortion. Why? Because you love yourself enough to take up enough space to go at your own pace so that you can access wise discernment, your wise discernment, not someone else's, right? So much of like all the chaos is because we take action on things we think we're supposed to do, or we think we're supposed to want, or the partners we think we're supposed to have, or the job or career, or, you know, fill in the blank. We are now coming into this purification, feminines. Very, very powerful energy. Okay, let's move on to union energy. Sorry for the glare. I can't. Oh, that's a little better. I don't know. Hopefully it's okay. So, let me drop in. Let me take a sip of something. Okay. Union energies. We have message in a bottle in reverse and come to the edge in reverse. You know, oh, I'm sorry. We also have deep knowing. I didn't even see it down there. Let me just, this makes sense to me why these reversals are here. Feminines and masculines, you both have this deep inner knowing of what's to come. So it makes sense to me that it's not a time of action. It's not a time of casting more and more requests out to the universe. You can sit on your throne and receive, right? We have problem solving and resolution. We have second chakra, sensuality, creativity, change, birthing different things. We have conception. Oh, did you hear me? I said birthing different things, and then we have conception, inner self expansion. I mean, come on. We have violet, we have spirituality, wisdom, humility, and we have reaching for your dreams. Go for it. Yeah, you know, it's much easier to go for it when you have access to your intuition and wise discernment, and when you love yourself enough to actually allow yourself to speak the truth, even if it's just to yourself, to be honest about your desires, to no longer put the feminine or the masculine up on a pedestal, to no longer compromise yourself as you're out in the world, to really surrender to the truth that you are a divine creature who has divine wisdom and divine desires. Okay, let me just put all this together. It's really funny when I do a reading and you could tell what are the heavy hitting messages and what are the messages that are like, meh, you know, the gold versus the bronze. Okay, look at all these clarity cards. We have deep knowing, we have resolution, we have humility and spirituality and wisdom and conception, inner self knowing. And then we have all the permission to go for it. Oh, feminines and masculines. This is probably the most powerful and the shortest reading I ever did. I don't know what more I can say. The collective right now is in such a powerful, powerful space. There's this trust. There's this trust in the gnosis that either is here in the present moment or that will come. You know, so often we get so distracted and get so caught up in our in investing our life force either in the past, we're like ruminating over the past, or we're worried about the future, right? Those two things are, opposite poles. They pull us, they yank us out of the present moment. And it's so powerful that everyone currently is in this place where it's like the energy, like the fog lifted or something. It's like, do you see this beautiful lotus on lotus on lotus flowers? I mean, this figure is sitting on a lotus, and then they have several lotus flowers behind them. To me, that's a fully illuminated individual, fully enlightened. They have total access and total trust in what is unfurling because they are one with everything past, present, and future. There's no need to worry. There's nothing to rebel against here. That's really important that you understand that when there's nothing to rebel against, you get to just show up in ease, flow, and grace. All right, do we want anything else? Do we want to get something else? Let's get some twin flame cards, because why not? Just do a little quickie shuffle. Okay. Anything else for Union Energy Spirit? Oh, we have a lot of flippers, but no dice. Anything, Spirit? Anything else you want to share? Okay, what does this say? We have clearing, karma, kundalini activation, which is, hello. Can we have any more clarity? And then we have the chosen one, fast track to ascension. Again, it's like hold on, let me get it all out. We have speak your truth. We have queen, divine feminine. We have generator, staying grounded, karmic relationship, releasing the past. This is more discernment, right? Here's the thing, collective. The more you show the quantum field that you are a reliable vessel to embody and imprana these different energies out in the planet, the more the quantum field is going to push yourself into circumstances, relationships, situation, jobs. It's going to move you physically out in the 3D world and place you in certain circumstances to see if you can ignite, do you see all this kundalini activation? To see if you can illuminate the moment where you are. Right? It doesn't mean you're going to get all of your dream, you're going to be a millionaire and all your dreams are going to come true in one moment. However, you will see clearly. Your third eye, your pineal gland is in full bloom here. You have total humility as you kneel in the face of this quantum experience. I just got full body chills. And when you can do this so effortlessly, when the quantum field or God or the universe or whatever, when the quantum field can see how trustworthy you are and you are able to surrender to that greater mystery, that greater call that is moving you, that is the fast track to ascension. That is the chosen one. You are the chosen one. We all are, but it's like, are you ready to you know what they're showing me? Look at this card. See all these like weird egg-shaped things? They're showing me that every one of these is like a soul mission. And if you're not ready, if you cannot command your spirit and take control of your personal power, and mind you, that doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be if you get the intuitive hit that you should go for a walk. Do you then go for a walk? It's like, are you listening to these cues, to these downloads? Are you noticing these different things in your life unfurl? Anyway, so when you can control these micro moments in your life, you will be able to control the macro moments, and you will accomplish every one of these soul missions that you came here to do. Now, listen, Our soul missions are incredibly diverse. We're all fractals of this bigger quantum oneness thing. So it could be a really micro soul mission. You could be, I'm getting emotional because it's just such a powerful concept. Spirit might place you as a bystander to an accident because you can hold the energy of that combustive moment, that kind of a lot of that intensity. Maybe you're there for the people, maybe you're there to help, maybe we don't know why we are placed where we are placed, but can spirit trust you to follow your intuition, not to follow the crowd? I'm being told to shut up and just just let that be. Can you be trusted to follow your intuition, not the crowd? I mean, look at this. It's an individual, single figure walking towards what looks like these heart shapes. Anything else, Spirit? Whew. Yeah, and for those of you that need this message, I always need this message. It's a good reminder. How are your grounding practices? When's the last time you've grounded? When's the last time you've been barefoot on the earth? It's winter where I am on the East Coast, so it's a little chilly, but you could still bundle up and maybe put your bare feet on the earth or in the grass or something, or take an Epsom salt bath, or every time you drink any water, ask, bless it. Infuse it with love, infuse it with clarity, ask for help. We're here to take the extraordinary out of God and bring God down to ground level and make God palatable. Lean on God. You're allowed to, I don't want to say use God. That's such a weird way to say that, but you're allowed to invoke the higher energies when you're struggling. We all think we're doing this like so alone, and all the attachments we have, all of these illusions make us believe that we really are alone. All right, anything else, Spirit? Yeah, make sure you're watching your throat chakra. Make sure you're not abandoning your truth. Where are you not speaking up when you need to speak up? I always find it interesting when we get one of the divine energies in the union energy. So we have this Queen Divine Feminine energy here in the collective reading. So to me, this means that the feminine energy, one, is taking their rightful energy on the planet. We're reaching a critical mass of divine feminine energy, which means we all are reaching this critical mass of divine knowing, right? We saw it here, saw it some other places in there. We are preparing to infuse these micro moments in our life with this feminine energy. Now, I could go on and on. I could do a whole separate video on divine feminine, divine masculine, or exalted. I like the word exalted because it really invokes a kind of divine or regal, royal quality. All right, let me just look at what's in the unconscious. Yeah. Okay. I am enough. Let go of expectations. So for some of you that have lingering worthiness issues, it's okay. You can let go. You don't have to hold on to them. They get to be there. I was just having this conversation with my friend the other day. You're allowed to have the worst, darkest thoughts ever. They're allowed to be in the room. But just so you know, there's also all this other stuff in the room, right? There's self-love, there's confidence, there's clarity, there's wisdom, there's gnosis, there is courage, bravery, there is creativity, sensuality, sexuality. So if you're having a dark thought, like it could be as simple as I'm not worthy of this, of what's about to come in, it's okay. Honor it. Honor the part of you that is feeling like that is true. But allow yourself to lean back on your throne and parent the truth of that moment. The truth of that moment, of this moment, is that you are a divine entity and fallible human, right? We're screwed up. Like that's the whole, we're here to learn how to overcome that. We're here to learn how to not even learn, but remember how to be this quantum soul this quantum infinite soul in a finite vessel. Beautiful. Do we need anything else? I feel kind of complete. I mean, maybe I'll get some. Yeah, let's get some of these. All right. I've never used these. I think these are one of Gabrielle Bernstein's deck. I'm not sure, but I never ever use these. But let's see. Here we go. Okay, what do we got? We have, I claim my desires, I hold great visions, I am ready to receive. Boom, beautiful. And then we have, I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. Oof. I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. In the unconscious position, we have taking care of myself is a radical act of love. So for those of you who are still operating in the very old, outdated template that love is me is sacrificing myself, you are being called to take radical accountability for that, because this is just not true, and you're draining and leaking energy all over the place, right? We've all heard you have to fill yourself. You have to fill your cup first before filling another, and only fill others from your overflow. Listen, it makes sense. It's like if you're going on a road trip, you wouldn't leave the house on empty, right? Like you wouldn't let the gas tank go below, maybe even a quarter of a tank or something. So why do you do this in your own life? Let's end on some Buddha wisdom, because we need some. Actually, I'm going to use the Divine Feminine Buddha wisdom, because we have a lot of feminine energy in this reading. All right, Spirit, anything you want to... Wait. Yeah. Wait a second. How many did we get? Okay, we have 3. Let's see what we got. The loving kindness you show to others returns to you as grace. In love, there is only love itself, no room for logic of the mind. There is nothing better that you can give to a person than to be present with them. Beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. This is a deeply satisfying reading, and it's back to my about 30 minutes, just under 30 minutes. All right, I'm sending you all so much love. I hope this was supportive and motivating. I feel filled up. I feel like optimistic and excited and all the good things. All right, thank you for listening. I will see you in the next one.